Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, for Jonathan's birthday party, his mom decided to buy some items. The following graph shows the money that Jonathan's mom spent on those items. Okay, what is the mean absolute deviation for this data? So we're looking for the mean absolute deviation data. Is that right? And they have a graph given to us. And if this is a little bit confusing, just remember that we're trying to find some numbers, right? Not names. No, I need numbers. So the number that I see is the one that has to do with money, right? For example, the bag of balloons, the mom spent how much money? $20. Therefore, 20 will be one of my first numbers for my data. Is that right? What about the box of paper plates? That's a cross. It's a 15. Very good. What about the cupcakes? 25. What about the sodas? $20. And the pizza, she spent $40 on pizza. It kind of makes sense, right? More money for the actual meal. Okay, so those are the numbers that you guys are going to use to find the mean absolute deviation. Okay, so remember that we do 3 steps. Okay, so let's do the first step. In my first step, I need to find the average, right? Which means I am going to need to add up all my numbers and then divide by the number of items that I have. Okay, so let's do the first one. So I'm going to write down here 20 plus 15, and I need to write down all my numbers, right guys? Don't forget any, and even the 20, you need to write it down twice because it came out twice. Then I'm going to divide all of these by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 numbers, so we have to divide by 5. And on my numerator, I get 120 and divided by 5. Okay, if you do everything at once, then that's fine. I just want to show you where I get my numbers from. And the answer for this is 24. Okay, very good. So what do I need to do next? Well, I need to do my second step, right? So let me cover this because we are not there yet. Okay, let's do step 2. And step 2, we actually gonna need to find the difference, right? The difference between my data and the answer that I got in step 1. Okay, so let's do that one. Try not to open the other one yet. I don't want you to get scared with so many steps, right? So let's do step 2. And like I said, in step 2, we are gonna subtract my 24 from each one of the numbers, right? So look, the first one is 20. It's gonna say 20 minus 24. And I know what you're thinking, Miss, that's a -4. Yes, but do you see these little lines over here? Those lines, the one in the beginning and at the end, they mean absolute value. Okay, so that means that whatever answer I get, if it's a negative, it just becomes a positive and no negative. Okay, next one is going to be 15 minus 24. What do we get? 9. Very good, right? Okay, the next one is going to be 25 minus 24, and that's a 1, right? What about 20 minus 24? We did it earlier, and we said it was a negative, right? But since we have the absolute value, then I'm going to get the same answer that I have from the for the first one, which is positive 4, right? And the next one is going to be 40 minus 24, right? And that gives me a positive 16. So now we're going to do step 3. For step 3, we are going to need to use the data from step 2. Okay? So I know when you read it, you're going to say, Miss, that says the same thing than number 1, find the mean. Yeah, the process is going to be the same. But for step 3, we actually going to use the data from step 2. Okay, so I'm going to write down my numbers here. So I'm going to say 4 plus 9 Okay, so I'm writing all of my numbers from step 2. Okay, and of course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I still divide by 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and add them up. Let's see what you guys get. So we're gonna say 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 16. Is that right? So let's see what you guys get for that one. And remember, we're gonna divide by 5. Very good. So we're gonna have 34 divided by 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and divide that by 5, and we get 6.8. And guess what? That is our final answer. And now we're done. Okay, and that will be letter C. Okay, so it's quite a few steps, but nothing that you guys cannot do. I can assure you that.